take a look at the next drill in our snapback series, and this is going to be snapback with alternating no fins. So we looked at a version of this drill a little bit earlier where we had fins on here, and it makes it a lot easier to just move through the water. Here the subtraction of the fins is going to make this drill just a little bit more challenging, helping kind of keep everything a little bit more connected, and it'll be a little bit of a challenge to keep the feet up here at the surface. So let's go over some of the things that we look for and kind of that importance of that snapback breath and why are we looking to do it. The breath is one of the biggest priorities for us because we want to see that the catch is in a really good spot. Often we see swimmers breathe very late, or they compromise their overall catch position. So we really like the emphasis of this. So let's take a look. Let's start first with the legs. Here we'd like to see toes that are pointing, and here our athlete's doing a great job. A great kick, remember, is when we're able to kick downward. Here our athletes kicking up a little bit. Now remember, what we really like is a kind of what we would say a natural bend in the knee. Here we're kicking up a little bit high as we're performing the kick, but we're getting some good movement here out of the visually off the surface of the water. And so kind of what we mean by that, we see that turbulence here as we're moving through the water. So we kind of like to call this white water, boiling water, thunder kick. It's all the same cue at the end of the day. What we would like to see is just that the feet kind of think about staying a little bit kind of near the surface as we're kicking. And if we're kicking up really high like this, like in this frame right here, that means we're not really going to be kicking water. We're going to be kicking more air. So our athlete overall is doing a great job generating the kick here from the hip. And that's kind of what we want to think about and see as we're moving through the water. As we're starting out, our athlete is in a flat position here. Non-stroke side is going to be up. Stroking arm is going to, or the catch hand's kind of at that side. Then we're going to switch over, and we want, again, that nice low breath, head positioning here. We're keeping the head along the surface of the water. The edge of the goggle line is right there. Shoulders here are and hips are elevated. Non-stroking arm, the arm that's extended, the non-stroking arm, here the hips and shoulders are down. Perfect. And then what we're going to do is really focus on getting that breath down. Now, we kind of want to get that breath to be early, because in this position here, if our athlete is going to be taking a stroke, he can see what he's doing and then set himself up for a much better catch versus if that breath is late or too long. So then we're going to switch over to the other side, and we see again, those elements. See how quickly that head snaps back, and that's in almost real time right there. So hips and shoulders up, the other opposite side is down. Just remember, with this drill, we want to watch that there's going to be a little bit of potential driftage here on that non-stroking arm side. And we're doing a really nice job here as we're moving through the water. We're going to switch here momentarily to an underwater view just to kind of see that kick again. So just another perspective. Just remember, we want to see those toes nice and pointed, and kind of what we talked about. Now here, we do a nice job of kicking down. So just maybe an analogy that we haven't used in some of our earlier videos. Think like you're kicking a ball when you're doing a kick. That's really what makes a great kick. Keeping those toes nice and pointed, generating here from the hip. Really nice job here from our athlete. Let's then transition to going here on our return view of this drill. So here, again, we see beautiful job. Hips and shoulders here are up. The head here is at the A little bit elevated at times, but he snaps that back right in. So we can see what he would be doing with the catch. Legs here are going nice and strong. And then we take a stroke. And again, I love seeing that right there. Hips and shoulders are up. Opposite side here is down. And then we just keep resetting. So this is a really great, again, a really nice drill for teaching that breath and having a good quality of breath so that we can also be connected. From an underwater view here, we're going to take a look just again, another perspective. Another thing you guys can also look for here is in the kick. We like that kick being a little bit below the surface. Remember, we were just kind of talking about seeing those feet really kind of kick down, so like you're kicking a ball. And here, beautiful. Head stays right along the surface of the water. We don't waste any time. Get that head back in, and really, really nice job. So this will be the final progression part in the snapback series, and something that we really like to emphasize here with our athletes. Overall here, if you found this valuable, be sure to drop a like and subscribe.